It's time for war. Wartime houses. Yeah, maybe a little dramatic, but we're bringing back wartime houses in Canada. What does that mean? Let's bust it down. All right, we talk about it all the time on this channel, but the real estate market, the housing crisis is crazy. I mean, we bust it down all the time. The supply is low and we're not making enough homes for the demand, which is going to cause real estate to continue increasing. On top of that, bringing over hundreds of thousands, if not a million immigrants every single year. And while they might be fantastic people and great for our economy, which is the case,
it's not helping the housing market.
We don't have enough homes and we're bringing in so many people.
I like trains.
So the housing market is totally messed up in Canada and it needs an overhaul. What that overhaul is, the root problem, we need way more homes. And finally, the government is starting to talk about it. Yeah, they're cutting out the chatter of
tax. I'll just tax more rich people. I'll bring in the carbon tax. I'll do all these things to try and put a band-aid over the problem.
Finally, they're talking about the root problem. All right. And that's why they're bringing back this talk of wartime houses. Cheap little houses that are super easy to build, super quick, bringing them online, building a shit ton of homes, and hopefully addressing the issue. Now, you and I both know it ain't gonna work. I mean, it's been talked that by 2030, we need to build something like 5.4 million homes just to meet the current population demand we have now. That's not bringing in one more immigrant, but we're bringing in 500,000 to a million immigrants every single year. So that 5.4 million homes we need by 2030, that doesn't even include those people. And the data actually just came out that we built something like 250,000 homes this past year when we actually need to be building at least 400 to 500,000. So not even half. And again, those numbers are without any more immigrants coming in. So it's just not gonna work. It's a nice gesture. It's a nice plan. We should probably act on it, but it's still not gonna help the housing market in the long run. Prices are still going way up from here. But how this whole talk came about is during the 60s and 70s, we brought in this wartime housing. Houses that can be built literally within 36 hours if they're prefabbed or in some sort of system. They can be built very, very quickly once the foundation is poured. And even if they're not prefabbed, building a nice little tiny home like that could literally be done in a matter of 2 months. But with how the construction industry is in Canada, how everything takes so friggin' long, you got permits, you got development charges. Like building a house takes like 12 months minimum just to get the permit and land developed and a shovel in the ground. I'm not even talking about building a home yet. That takes like 9 to 12 months. We got to completely overhaul that system as well, which conservative governments like Pierre Poilievre are bringing that up and talking about that a lot. Now, putting politics aside, being in the industry, being a real estate investor and flipper, I can tell you that I personally avoid building new homes like the plague. There would be nothing more that I would love to do than build fruitful homes. I mean, I'm a carpenter by trade and I started off my apprenticeship with building new homes. I love building new homes, but as an investor, it doesn't make any sense. It takes way too long. Prices are so high in Canada to buy land, the holding cost on that land while I wait for the permit to be approved by the slow-ass municipal city. It just doesn't make me feel good. I like easy and boring investments, so I like to buy crappy homes that are already there, renovate them in 2-3 months, and sell them right away. It's quick, it's easy, I get in, I get out. That's the way I like it. So we got to fix that whole system as well to incentivize investors like myself maybe to come into the building industry and want to build homes to supply Canadian citizens. Now, the downside to these cookie cutter homes is that the neighborhoods are going to look like a cookie cutter neighborhood. I mean, we can all see this. When we drive downtown into a lot of cities, it all looks the same. Everybody's got that story-and-a-half little A-frame house. It's like 800 square feet, but it all looks the same. It just doesn't have a nice appeal. There's no character. There's no design elements. It's easy peasy. It's simple. Unfortunately, that's what we need at this time, but unintended consequence, we always talk about on this channel, the neighborhood's gonna look like shit. Or if it doesn't look like shit, it's just gonna look really cheap. Now, the other downside is that there's not much living space. Something we're used to in North America and Canada, but for millennials and Gen Zs to be able to afford a home, maybe this little shoebox that's probably going to sell for like 800,000, $1 million still in the next couple of years, that's all you're going to get. So having this nice open concept living room, the basement with the man cave with the 8-foot ceiling, yeah, you ain't getting that. These are going to be little freehold condo apartments, basically. So what do we do? If you're having trouble buying a home, if you're a millennial watching this, a Gen Z, and you can't afford that home, what can you do? Well, my specialty and what I really believe in is that you need to be investing and growing your wealth so that you don't have to worry about these problems. See, I don't worry about money. I've built my foundation, I've made multi-million dollars, and while I'm still incredibly frugal, because that's just who I am, I don't actually stay up at night worrying about money. And why is that? Because I invested in real estate, I invest in stocks, I've built a real estate business that brings me a lot of active income money every month. And what most important to me is that I have the option to leave whenever I want. We go on vacation all the time, or what I like to call is just working in location. It's not like I'm just chilling on the beach doing nothing, although I do that a lot. But wherever we go, whether it's Costa Rica, Europe, when we go to Florida for the winters to our home in Naples, I'm working from there a little bit. But by investing in real estate and building a business, it gives me the opportunity to do that while not worrying about money. And that's what I really want for you as well, which is what this whole channel is about, is teaching you how to build a business, how to understand how money actually works in the real world, and ideally, how to invest in real estate. Now, this is from a guy who has bought and sold over 150 properties. I've raised over $60 million from people who watch my videos and believe in me and want to invest with me. And I have a flipping business with 13 employees. So you're not watching some shitty, fake finance boy on YouTube. You're watching a real entrepreneur doing real things in real life in real estate and sharing with you here on these videos and teaching you how to do it yourself. Or you could always just partner with me and we can do it together and I'll do all the work, whatever you like. But at the very least, hit that subscribe button, totally free, and I'll see you in the next video.